సాయినాథ్ గారు
సార్ చెప్పండి సార్.
స్టార్ట్ చేసేద్దామండి.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్. సార్ Sir, good morning, sir.
Hi. Good morning, sir.
Sir, today is the 5th day of our FDP, sir. We
Okay,
welcome
sir.
you, Dr. Ranjit Prasad Swain, sir. I'm here to give a brief introduction about the speaker today, sir. So, Dr. Ranjit Prasad Swain presently is working as Assistant Professor, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Shiksha O Anusandhan, deemed to be University, Bhubaneswar. Sir has completed his B Pharmacy as well as M Pharmacy from Utkal University with distinction, sir, and PhD from Shiksha Anusandhan University. And sir is having different courses such as he is having Fellow of Indian Chemist from Institute of Chemists, Kolkata, and he is having a general course on intellectual property from WIPO, Switzerland in 2015, and he is having postgraduate diploma in computer application from Government of Odisha in 2009. And sir is having 13 years of more than 13 years of academic as well as a research experience, and presently he is now acting as an assistant professor in School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Shiksha Anusandhan, deemed to be an University, Bhubaneswar. And sir also worked in KL University, and also he worked in Maharaja's College of Pharmacy and also Avanti Institute of Pharmacy, and he has been a guest faculty for MRPG College, Vijayanagaram, for a period of 3 months. And sir has many research projects, and he is having one patent on barrier formulation for ocular allergies with an application number, and it has been filed on 7th August 21 there, and he is having more than 45 research papers, and he is having more than 60 of paper presentation, and he has resource person in national seminar on advances in plant sciences organized by Dada Patil Mahavidyalaya, Karat, Ahmednagar, and he's having many profiles in his academic profile there. He's worked as a hostel superintendent as well as class coordinator, and he has an international program officer in Kone Lakshmaya Educational Foundation, deemed to be University Vijayawada, and he is a BOS as well as visiting member in KL College of Pharmacy, and he is a co-convener and chairman in Scientific Services Committee, and he has been actively involved in as a member in College Core Committee, Maharaja's College of Pharmacy, and he has also worked as placement officer, and he has been actively involved in MBA, and he has been closely interacted with AICT, PCA, AU, JNT inspections, and he is a training coordinator and trainer for Dr. Reddy Labs for giving employee training programs, and also he has been actively involved in Scientific Services Committee in Maharaja's College of Pharmacy, and he managed all extracurricular as well as cultural activities like National Pharmacy Week, annual functions, as well as annual sports efficiently. He is a reviewer as well as publisher of academic and sciences journals with high impact value, and he has involved in preparation of SOPs and has been directly involved in coordinating national level seminars such as workshops, FDPs in international level, and has been participated as an evaluator for poster presentations in various pharmacy colleges, and he has been actively involved in MIBO group for various academic as well as social activities. And under his guidance, presently there are 2 students, they are undergoing PhD research scholars there, and he has guided 39 MPharm students, and plus he is having 2 students they are undergoing, and he has been lesson writer for 3 books for pharmaceutics 1, 2, and 3, and also for BSc Pharmaceutical Chemistry. It has been published by School of Distance Education, Andhra University, Visakhapatnam, for Dr. Reddy Labs Employee Training Program. And he has been participated in many refresher programs, workshops, as well as FDPs. And he has attended numerous numbers of conferences as well as seminars. And he's also actively involved in all the college activities, and it can be known by his achievements as well as awards. And he got 3rd prize in National PowerPoint contest on global challenges in India pharma industry, and he won second prize in SERB, and he is having best poster presentation, the epidemiology of varicose vein, a survey in Andhra Pradesh in 66th IPC held in Hyderabad, and he got best border award in Acharya Harihar Chhatrabas Utkal University Vani Vihar Bhubaneswar, and he has been awarded first prize on synthesis characterization and anti-helminthic activity evaluation of some shift bases in IP and APT convention. He is having numerous skills, and he has found his skills on estimation of compounds by spectrophotometer as well as HPLC, and he is having more interpretation by using dissolution, FTAR, DSC, TGA, XRD, and SEM. He is having thorough knowledge in case of statistical interpretation of data by Origin Pro 8 and PK Solver, DD Solver, Kinet DS. And he is having conversant with IPR, ICH 21 CFR, Drug and Cosmetics Act, and GMP guidelines. And he has been acted as a reviewer for numerous high impact journals, and he is having a life membership in APTA as well as he's having a life membership of Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India, and he is actively working in all his activities. And I'm very privileged to welcome you, sir, on this FDP today, sir. Welcome you, sir, and you can start with your speech, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So welcome, sir.
Sir.
We are lucky to have a person like you for this FDP with us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can I share my screen?
Yes. Yes, it is visible, sir.
Sir.
Yes, visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can continue.
Yes, sir. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to explore the research-based pedagogical tools to develop the quality education. Actually, I have taken the training from the ISOR Pune and Sheffield University, UK, and Government of India for this research-based pedagogical tools. So I am fortunate that I am again to explore much to my teacher fraternity regarding this RBPT, research-based pedagogical tools. Sir, in second slide is visible, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Before going to discuss the research-based pedagogical tools, I like to discuss why we need to go for that research-based pedagogical tools. What are the problems? What are the availability or what are the opportunities? By using that opportunities, how to develop the tools? How it become a learner-centric, not a student-centric? How will become a facilitator, not as a sole depository of the knowledge and only become a teacher? In this picture, you will see it is a physical classroom. Here three components are there. The first component is students. Without students, nothing is possible. So first component is the student here. Second component is the teacher, and third component is the contents. Teacher referring these contents, and also students referring same contents. So both are referring same contents. This is the present happening in everywhere, that is in the physical classroom. And both are related to each other. In this picture, you will see both are related to each other. Students are interacting with the teacher, teacher is interacting with the students, and also students are referring the same books, teacher also referring same books. So there is no much logic that it will be more attractive or more interesting. It will go more explore about the traditional education. You will see this. You cannot always ask the teacher to wait or backwards if you do not understand what the teacher says. I think all our teachers now, you have many experience about this, that all the students are not equally receiving your what you are teaching. So some are bored, means some are not receiving at all, and also what we are teaching, then we are expecting that we are teaching the best and we are covering all, and all the students are received equally. But practically it is not happening. This is the scenario. You will see that some are isolated, some are bored, some are disconnected and ready-immersed. So this is the real scenario of the physical classroom or the traditional teaching. In the present scenario, you will see we required much involved, and the students are also equally involved in the system, such that they can analyze, they can create, and they can innovate the new things. What is the problem? Our biggest problem is our education system. If we see this picture very closely, there are different animals are there here. And there is a question. For a pair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. The exam is, please climb that tree. I think by looking that picture, you can understand that who can climb. Your monkey can ride fast, then may this bird and or the crow and an elephant. What about the others? They cannot. From that, what we can understand? You are giving, you are teaching, you are providing the notes to the all, and all are not equal, all are different to each others. And how can we expect all are equally receive our knowledge or teaching what you are teaching that? So it is different. So we should have definitely some tools to make them involve much and to understand the better way. If we see in the conventional education system, the another problem is we have a rigid structure of 3 to 4 years of degree in the degree program, semester long courses. This is the real problem. And the lectures are long, mainly the long lecture hours, and practicals. We have some long practical sections for some subjects, and occasional tutorials. And you used to give the homework and the assignments in the home, assessment through the written exam. We have a very fixed syllabus. Now you can see in the PCI, as you will observe, there are many mistakes, many reshuffle is required, and they are mentioning also the defined textbooks, reference books. Then how can you explore much if everything is fixed? What do you need to do? Now what you are doing in the whole world. They are moving towards the digital world. They are making this class a digital classroom. They are making this class more attractive, such that students can grab more knowledge and they can interact more with the students. In the less time, we can teach many more things, and you can show them the video. We can show them different platform for better understanding. This is the modified system of the teaching. There are same 3 components. The student is no more the students. They are the learners. Teacher is no more the teacher, they have become the facilitator. And this the content is not only the books, now it has become a video problems, like many contents will be there, e-books. And these contents will be developed by referring the different books, materials, videos. The teacher used to prepare his own video, or can refer some or can give some problems. They can prepare the course materials. He or she can collect the course materials, and he can develop or she can develop his own content, and that can be shared to the students or the learners. They can see, they can solve, they can watch the videos, they can refer the contents before going to the class. And in the class, we are not going to teach them, we are going to discuss. We are doing some activity. We are making them to more involved in that content. Once they will involve much and they will understand the real scenario, real content, what is required to understand, to analyze and to create, then we'll create a discussion forum. It may be a physical discussion forum, it may be a online discussion forum. Anytime they can interact with the facilitator. We are the facilitator, not only the teacher. In this way, we can interact much with the students. They can improve their knowledge a lot, and they can involve much to gain or to solve or to innovate new things. Practically, they need to involve it. What you need to do, we can explain with the help of different videos, by help of this different learning dialogues, and they can learn by doing the activity. Like we have, for example, what we used to do in our college when I'm in Maharaja college, what I used to do, because I'm pharmaceutics person, but in our college there is a very good healthy environment. In one discussion in the cognitive class, in the cognitive teacher we have suggested, and he is doing also that activity still also now he is doing. In the cognitive class, we will not teach only the students. We have the medicinal garden. Take the students batch wise to the garden, medicinal garden. Let them be involved in the garden, do some activity and to learn it by looking the real plant, real scenario. They can learn better than the class. We can teach there, we can tell them this is the plant, what chemical constituents are there, what is there. You can discuss much better in the open environment. So they can extend their knowledge. The teacher can extend their knowledge. Students also, they can explore in a better way. Both can explore such a that they can both can learn many things. We are not teaching only the students, we are also learning simultaneously. And also you need to provide them the different learning extension resources as an advanced resource. The students are really, they want to explore and they want to involve much or deeply in a particular subject. Also, they can much interact with the different interactive sections or the videos with the help of the structured group discussion with the focused questions and specific instructions. This is very good platform for the students. They can explore, they can experience the interaction, and really have practically experienced in our college. Now here also I am applying this, and practically specifically for international students I'm using these techniques. Excellent it will be, and we are getting the excellent result. And the teacher should be very careful during these interactions, because you should have a structured group discussions and focused questions and the specific instructions that everybody should obey it and follow it, and you can do very smoothly, and you will see the result is very interesting. Now we'll go a little bit more towards the digital classroom and the physical. We think that is called the flipped classroom. The flipping means you are flipping the lecture from a physical class to a video format. What you need to teach in the class, you need to make a video and you need to post that to the students. They will watch at home on their own time, and next day they can come to the class, or anytime they can, what is the time, so based on the time schedule they can come to the class. And teachers' duties as a facilitator, to the teacher will engage the students with the different activities, the workshops, labs, and individual, you have to give the individual attentions, such that they can improve their lot. And if possible, you can go for lab to class and class to lab for better understanding of the students. That's why it's called a flipped classroom. You will see about the traditional compare the traditional classroom and the flipped classroom. The traditional classroom, the instructions prepare the materials to be delivered in the class. He himself will be delivered by referring that notes or head notes or the instruction papers, and students, they will listen to the lectures and other guided instructions in the class, and they take notes, and finally we need to give the assignments and to demonstrate for a better understanding. But in the flipped classroom, is it exactly exactly opposite? What you need to do that, you will see the picture, you can understand here. In instruction, instructor, you are the instructor, so facilitator, the teacher is to record, share the lectures outside of the class, and students watch or listen the lectures before coming to the class. And this whole class is devoted to apply the learning activity and more higher order thinking tasks. And students will definitely will receive the support during these interactions. If required, they can take the support of the peers and their classmates. And here the most important thing I can tell you, that think, pair, share is much required in the flipped classroom, and which is highly required for the present scenario, or this for the this generation student. Think, pair, share. So this think, pair, share, this opportunity will give when we will follow the flipped classroom, and this is a good place where they can explore and they can experience the real knowledge. It will go more beyond that, but where it is available, what teachers need to do, what to follow, how to do, and how to explore and make the students experience. One platform, that is MOOC. MOOC is nothing but it is a massive open online course. It is free. There are many contents will be there, which is registration is open for all ages, all means course, everybody, you can do it. and you can see all it is the contents are open, it is free of charge, and there are instructions. There is a credit also, and you can choose your start and end dates, which is very helpful for all people who follow this MOOC. And there are few, you will see I have placed here few MOOC sites, and I suggest, please, once you see this YouTube video, you can understand much about this MOOC. And this is the different MOOC sites. You will go through this, you can detail, you can understand that Coursera, Udacity, Canvas, edX, Novides, and Open to Study. These are the different internationally very famous MOOCs. It is open, free, and you can explore and experience. You can add few things in your career. In India, we used to much follow the IIT Bombay X. If you have if you have free time, you can go through this IIT Bombay X. There are many courses, different types of courses for different subjects, and from there you can explore yourself. And NTPL, I think many students and faculty, they are following it, and MOOC it. And you should have own website. If you have to make your own website, I can suggest you, this is the best is WordPress. It is free of cost. You can explore your own contents, and you can give your website to the students, and there is a blog. Students can use this, they can refer it, and there will be a discussion forum will be there also. There are many more things you can will go through the WordPress. You can open your own website, you can do many things, you can experience many things. And beyond this, there are different self-learning resources like Khan Academy, YouTube, Code Academy, Academic Arts, academic journals. There are many self-exploring ebooks also there. Few I have only here presenting here. ThinkyMonkey.com, Spark Notes, Bookyards, Bookboon.com, ebooky. There are like this many e-contents are there. You can explore yourself. It is for teachers. You can explore many. Students can refer also, but I already told you the students are not the sole repository of the knowledge. There are many things are available. Only we need to explore and to know where it is there and how to explore it. And these are the different sites where you can present, you can make more attractive, you can make the question and answer, you can make the quizzing by referring this type of sites. You can make our own content, we can make more interactive to the students instead of directly collecting the downloading the quiz and all the things from the different site. You can make your own content by using this type of site. And there are the virtual labs that are developed by supported by the government of India, particular this Amrita, Viswavidyalaya, IIT Kharagpur, and there are many virtual labs are there. Particularly this is very helpful during already it is helped a lot during this corona time. We are unable to do the labs, we are unable to explore them the practical, we are unable to experience them the practicals. So by help of this animation, by help of this virtual labs, they can explore and they can really experience the practicals. So virtual lab is very, very important nowadays, and these are the few sites you can refer. And there are the spoken tutorial technology where you can explore much, and you can record your desktop, and you can edit it, and you can explore your own content. You can also much explore there for preparation of different presentation by recording your screen, which is free of cost, and it is supported your systems, that is Screencast-O-Matic, TechSmith Jing, Camtasia, QuickTime. These are the different sites. You can make your own video. You can share with the students. They can refer, and you can interact with them. And this is the site. This is Wikipedia. If you go, you can find out there are many screencasting software. There is a comparison also there. Which one is required for you? Which one is suitable for you? You can refer it. This is my first part. Now I like to go to the second part. To explore this different pedagogical tools, we need to know the self-exploring ebooks, screencasting, and all the what we have discussed in the first part that is required to make a teacher smart and more knowledgeable. And we should present it in a very smarter way to the students. They can understand, they can experience the better, and really, and they can feel that it is required for us, and they can more they will be more means you can create more interest among them. As you know, no need to tell this much to you, because last 4 days we are discussing about the different pedagogical methodologies, and we are not only specifically here. I will focus the Bloom's or the pedagogical tools, which is much required for the students, as well as prepared by the different national reputed institutes like IIT, IISER, NISER. They are referring these different tools to explore more and involve the students and experience. Research-based pedagogical tools. There are 6 components of a good RBPT, research-based pedagogical tools, that is called RBPT. There are 6 good components. The first component is the context, the story. Second is what is the problem from that story, and how to design it, what to do, what is the activity. To do that activity, what are the resources required, how to gather it, how to do that activity, what you have designed or planned. What is the output, how to record the output, how to assess the output. So these are the components of the good RBPT. To much explore these components, I like to show here. There are 6 components. We have discussed that the contents, problem, activity, resources, output, and assessment. The content means why we are doing this. What is the story behind that? I will give an example. Once these tools will overview, then with the help of the 2 examples, I will explore my fellow colleagues, fellow teacher. They can understand much better about the use of these components. What is your research problem? What is the problem? To solve this, based upon the story, based upon the content, based upon the story, what is the problem? You need to find out it, and based upon this, you have to design it. That is activity you need to do. The experimental design you have to do it. Once you design, you will understand what is the requirements, what are the materials are required. After that, you need to go and you need to perform it, the experimental design, and we need to go for the report it. How do the report their findings? Hello. Hello. Is there any problem, sir?
No, sir. Everything okay. One of the participants, they have switched on their mics.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
The 5th one, that is output. How do they report their findings? Once they'll report it, they will demonstrate their achievement. How do they'll present it? How they'll demonstrate it? So this is the flow of a good RBPT: contest, problem, activity, resources, output, and assessment. What is the role of a teacher in the classroom today? As already we have discussed, the teacher is no longer the sole repository of the knowledge. We have the handwritten books, oral tradition, different types of sources are there, mass produced books are there, electronic different systems are there like MOOCs, talks, textbooks, e-books, there are many things are there. And what is our role? What is the characteristics of a teacher? So this is the 10 skills for a modern teacher. We are all are modern teacher. Commitment. The first one is the commitment, which you need to commit it. Next, preparation. You need to prepare the different resources, contents. You need to develop it for the students. And definitely you are working in the organization. You need to follow this organization rule and regulations for the development of the students. What is required for the development student, that you need to follow it. Next, tolerance required, storytelling ability, open for the question. You always should open for the question. But whenever the students will want to interact, we need to ready for that. And we are socially involved much. This particular red color, pink color, what we have mentioned here, this 6 component, first 6 components, which is the first part of must required for the modern teacher. And the second aspect, we should must involve in the social activities and socially, how we can give the benefit to the society, how can innovate new things. And you should have so the technology interesting so much to prepare much and to go faster. And also you should have definitely have the capacity to role play. Definitely every day we are doing that in the classroom. Next, I like to discuss, I like to tell that here what is the role of a science teacher in the classroom today. There are 3 main aspects. One is your develop of the research, develop the impart domain knowledge. The first is to impart the domain knowledge. The second is the impart hands-on skills. The third is develop the research skill. These are the 3 main components of the role of a science teacher nowadays in the classroom. If I have only domain knowledge, we cannot exist. So we should have this hands-on skill, and you should have the ability for the research, and you should have the research skill. Now we'll go for the more student-centric, learner-centric. What is the best here? The students can do several things in the classroom, but what we are doing now presently, just we are teaching them, they are listening it. We are teaching, they are listening. We are in the first step. We are only teaching them, and there we are giving the assignment. We are making them involved in the class, the first part, and they are reading it. Sometimes we are involving them to watch a video, and your PPT you are presenting it, video you are looking and showing them for better understanding. In the practical classroom, we are showing them the demonstration, and specifically the must required a discussion forum. They will discuss the peers, and they should do an activity based upon the storytelling, not the regular labs. And they should teach the peers. They can teach their peers, their classmates. They can teach it. So when they'll teach, they will understand the real scenario. So they can go much deeper and they can understand much, and so this such that they can deliver the knowledge, and they can deliver the skill to the others. They can share their skill to others. How do we assess the learning? What is the way to assess? There are two ways. One is the formative and the summative, the continuous and the endpoint. In this way, we can assess our learning. What is the, when you are teaching to the students, what is the output? What is the retention? Really, they are retaining what you are teaching them? Really, they are recalling? Or just you are teaching them and they are reading just before the exam, and they are listening and just they are reading before the exam? If you see this, the percentage of the retention or the recall, if they will only listen, they can retain or recall only the 5%. If they will read after the class again, they can retain and they recall 10%. If you will watch a video, the retention, the recall will be 20%. If they will watch a demonstration, that is 30%, the retention and the recall. And the continuously is increasing, you can see here. And if they will discuss after this watching video, watching the demonstration, listen, read, if they discuss with the peers, there is a 50% retention and recall. And if they'll do that, an activity, if they will involve, there are 75%. If they'll teach the peers, 90% retention and the recall. So from here we can understand that the teach peer is the best, and this will go and they can do this, teach the peer. So they can 90% and they can retain and they can recall. Which is very, here this slide I like to show you the Bloom's taxonomy, which is very famous in the pedagogical tools. I think this one you can find out in the many books. I like to give one example, like in Physical Pharmacy by the Martin. If you open any chapter or any good books, you will see that in each chapter, each content, first part they are writing what is the outcome of this chapter. They are writing like this: the after completion of this content or the chapter or the unit, students are able to understand, able to recall, able to apply, able to analyze, able to evaluate, and able to create it. And this is the, if you see here, the first level is recall, second level is understand, next apply, next analyze, next evaluate. They can create it. So this is the taxonomy, in which level the students are really, they are in which position they have, which step. Based upon this, we can analyze and we can involve, and we can suggest for a higher order. If they're in the recall, you can suggest to the understand. If they're in understand, like this, apply. So like this, they can improve a lot. And finally, they can create their own. If you see this pyramid, there are two types of learning system. One is passive and one is active. And in the passive learning, which is a red triangle, in this, if you will give the lecture only, 5% retention recall, and which is a passive learning, and they are definitely become a passive learner, and definitely we are a passive teaching. And next, reading, audio visual, demonstration, this all of these 4 components are comes under this passive learning. And you should active, you should involve, really you should leave the passive learning, you should involve in the active learning. It starts with the discussion, practical doing, next is practical doing, and the teach peers. Will actively teach them, so they will actively involve. So this is the way we can make the students into a learner centric and the teacher become a active teacher. How we can question, how to inquiry, how to leading to an inquiry investigation, how to make an authentic question. Always teachers used to think that what I'm asking is correct. The way of asking the question is also the correct. Are you asking a good question? Are you giving a chance to students to explore? So posing question to the students is much important. A good question is one that can be investigated. It's not a close-ended question with a yes or no answer, but rather one that can require an explanation. So a good question also needs to be narrow enough that is answerable. You should not ask very broad question such that there is no perfect particular answer. So while asking the broad questions, you should be see that what is the excitement, how we can narrow down to the question such that, and we can facilitate, we can help them to narrow down and they can explain the better way. The posing a question is very important. Like some questions: why do cars speed up passing an orange sign? Why do things far away seems blue? Why do my eyes water when I stare? How does your body make tears? Is salt in your tears the same as the salt we put on food? Very clear questions will ask so that student can explore themselves. As I have already mentioned that here, instead of asking a yes close-ended question, we can ask a open-ended question such that they can investigate. That's why a good question is one that can be investigated. So they have to start to investigate. From that they will learn it. They can do the activity, they can learn it. They can see the demo, they can learn it. They can watch the video, they can learn it. They can explore by different content. They can learn much better thing. In the better way, you can understand what are the questions. One is a close-ended question and open-ended question. In the close-ended question, there is one end, one correct answer, which is right or wrong. You will see about the open-ended question, there is a multiple ends, multiple correct answers. We require the open-ended questions such that they can explain much better, they can explore, they can experience, and we are the facilitator, we are the instructor, we can help them, we can narrow down. Always think like a scientist. Thinking like a scientist is always wise. Like, for example, the relationship between the earthworms and the rain. Where are the earthworms before it rains? Why do earthworms come out of the ground after it rains? Do earthworms come out of the ground after it rains? So these are the way of posing the question such that they can understand and they can explore the question in the better way. The third process should be improved. Now I like to give the two examples. People look these pictures, what we have developed by looking the bird flying in the sky. We have developed many things. Like we have developed aeroplane also, helicopters. We have developed many things. How we have developed it? This is the story, and based upon this we have designed and we have developed many things. I think you are much familiar with, as a science student, you are much familiar with this pteranodons, the fossil. You will see this picture. What is your opinion? Anyone, any participants? Any participants, please? Can you explore? Any participants, please? Can you explore? What is the difference? Any participant? Can you explore? What is the difference between these two picture? Any difference are there? First one is the bird, second one is the pteranodon fossil. You will see the picture here, that you can see the corner, this triangle is towards its triangle. You will see is just opposite. Then how the pteranodon fly? Would a pteranodon fly? We have never seen that. We have seen only fossil. If pteranodon fly, how pteranodon flies? So you can make a model, like you have made a model here, just like you have made a model by looking this, and you have experienced this paper is flying. Can you experience by looking this? You can today in your home, everybody you can try. This is already proved, but now you have to prove it. How pteranodon flies? You have never seen that, but you have to develop a model. This is the problem. You have to design experiment, and you have to explore yourself. I like to go another story, the shocking tale of India's cancer trend. This is one of the local trend in India. It is renamed by the public. It is called as cancer trend. It is published in different newspaper many years back. To make you sensitized, to make you better understand, I have collected this. I think in the 2016 or 15, that it is published in the different newspaper, different media. That is one trend is named as the cancer trend. Why it has happened? Because why it is named as, just I'll tell the story to you, then you can explore yourself. In Punjab, they are trying to make more yield in the agriculture yield they want to improve it. So for that purpose, they are using the synthetic fertilizers. Due to this reason, many people are affected and they suffered with this disease, that cancer. So in that area, there is no cancer hospital. In Haryana border, in Haryana, there are few cancer hospitals are there. They are giving the free treatment, and government also supporting. So people used to travel almost 300-400 kilometers to visit the doctor or to treat themselves, and almost 70% to 80% of the people who is traveling in the train are the cancer patient. So due to this reason, the train is named as the cancer train. And this is the story. So now this is the problem. This is the story. What is the problem now? You can explore yourself, and I'll show you the content. When you want to become hunger or cancer, you want a high yield or healthy yield. Do you want to use chemical fertilizers or organic fertilizers? So this is the contest. So based upon the contest, you can develop your, like this. I'll show you once. So like now you have in your hand story. Now you understand the story and the contest. Now you have to find out the problems. What is the problem of the research? What need to do? The activity, experiment design. What is the requirement for you, and what is the output, and how to assess it. Based upon the story, in our college, we have developed organic fertilizers with the help of the students. The students came up with an idea to develop a organic fertilizers. If we'll use the organic fertilizers, I think these all the problem will be solved. When I have shown them this picture, a group of students, they come up with an idea with a flow chart in a drawing sheet with the 6 components of this good RBPT and with a good product of the organic fertilizers. That means they will understand better and they will do the activity and they will explore themselves. Like in many things you can do, the effect of salt in the chemical constant of a plant, or like this, you can put daily or weekly basis some salt water to the plant, and later on you can find out the chemical constant. You will see that there is increase or decrease or any effect. So like that you can explore themselves. Different experiment you can do and you can explore yourself. Just you have to show, you have to give the contest to the students so they can explore and they can experience. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, sir. So my presentation is over. Sir, my presentation is over.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
1 minute, sir. Thank you, sir. On behalf of IQAC, we thank you, sir, for your valuable time in your busy schedule also. And all the slides are very excellent, sir. And from the previous 4 days, we are learning about this pedagogical tool, sir. And what happened, whatever slide you are showing, sir, it is showing such a matter there, which can be implicated very easily, sir. Thank you for providing us this opportunity for delivering your speech in this particular FDP, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable time, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, can I leave now?
Yes, sir. You can leave, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.